What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So I got one by Mick Talks Hoops. And the question is, have we found the next Caitlin Clark in college basketball? So let's hear out what Mick has to say, and let's go from there.
I think we might have found what is one of the performances. We have found what I will call a star. Caitlin Clark versus Michigan was it Michigan? When Caitlin Clark, when they had like 6 players during ended up losing. That was one of those games where we might have seen a star-making performance in a loss from Syla Swords. And Syla Swords last year was one of the best freshmen in the nation. I'll say one of the best because I don't know if I'm not going to go out there and say she was Michaela Blake's good, Sarah Strong good, but I'm going to be honest. Like, she is one of the top sophomores in the nation. And like, we're now at a stage where you've got, say, her, Joyce Edwards, Juju, Sarah Strong, Michaela Blake's in the same class, and she's in that conversation. And not only that, you got to just watch what she did yesterday. This is one of those star-making performances. I don't care they lost. They dug themselves a 17 or 20-point hole in the first half against UConn, where you're not meant to be able to come back against a team like UConn. Doing it in a face mask. Pull up 3, boom. Their first bucket of the game. And by the way, she might be the most unorthodox scorer. If you guys don't remember, she had like 26 or something in her first ever college game. Like, she in her first ever college game against South Carolina, where Michigan nearly won. She went toe-to-toe and arguably outplayed Juju Watkins in the Big Ten tournament last year. But yeah, comes in, steps into it, boom. And she's just very unorthodox with how she scores in general. When she's not shooting the 3, she's just unorthodox. But again, their comeback, a lot of it was off the back of Syla Swords. And again, shot goes up, bang. So it needs a game. But at this point here is where a legend was born. They're down 13 points with 3 minutes to go. This is where a legend was born. Drives in on Kaylee Heckle, passes it in. There's a miss. Then she goes and 1. Realistically, should have got the assist there. Comes across, down 6, fading right, boom. 3-point game, 49 seconds to go. They go down and score. She comes off another screen, fading right again, bang. 2-point game, 22 seconds to go. They run an inbound play. They're trying to lock her down. She comes off another flare screen, goes left, pulls up from Caitlin Rage, bang. Like,
Yeah, wow. Syla Swords. So, yeah, and then, of course, your title says, have we found the next Caitlin Clark in college basketball? I mean, she's only a sophomore, right? So, sophomore. So, and she still has this season, because it's still a young season right now. We're only in November, or at the end of November. And then we got pretty much 2.5 more months of, NCAA basketball. So, yeah, is she? And then, of course, she's going to probably stay all 4 years because she's only a sophomore. And, of course, she's going to make more NIL money being at Michigan. Not a bad program to be part of, Michigan. So, yeah, we'll see if there's a star in the making. And we'll have to see how, after, this season, how everyone reacts, the fan base, how she really does. So let's see.
Against Michigan. You've got College Sports Only calling her the Canadian Caitlin Clark.
Oh.
Calling her the Canadian Caitlin Clark. Like, that's all people are talking about. Silosaurus pulled up like Caitlin Clark. Really hate Michigan. Didn't be UConn. AZ Foot's a great player. AZ Foot's really fucking good. Lisa Bluer said Michigan wins basketball game, gave Caitlin Clark a gift following the game. They all wrote Caitlin signed. That's obviously it's after the game. But it reminds me of this game here. Like, I don't really care. Like, she was unbelievable. Caitlin Clark just goes, bang. Let me just pull.
Yeah.
Maybe what Silosaurus did was not from as quite as deep.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not. It was this game right here where she just went on an absolute tear. It didn't really matter what teams are trying to do.
Yeah.
I've kind of underestimated how good this was. I undersold how good this was from Caitlin Clark because holy shit, that's mental. At the same time, this is my most thing we've seen, and she could be like, if there's anyone that's going to be the next Caitlin Clark, they have to be good. So your Kiyomi McMillers of the world aren't really these microwave scorers. And Silosaurus has already been really good for the Canadian national team.
Yeah, and yeah, didn't even like Caitlin Clark. They could actually be teammates. And she said, "Screwed work playing for Team USA." Isn't she? Couldn't she get a Canadian passport? I was just like thinking about that because I remember something was said about that. I mean, her Silosaurus, Caitlin Clark, could maybe get a win off of Team USA. So, yeah, but we still have to see. Like, of course, Silosaurus, maybe, but I'm still not 100% sold on her being the next Caitlin Clark just yet. Because what? Because if all of a sudden, like, everybody wants to watch Michigan basketball, everybody wants to, get involved and pay attention what's going on in the Michigan basketball, that's going to be like, oh, wow. Yeah, we got something here. We might really have something special here. So, yeah, again, we'll see. And yeah, the potential is there. It is there.
She's been a really good player for senior Canada national team. She's already one of their best players. She's probably, if you're asking me who's the best scorer on the Canadian national team, it's going to be like very soon. It's going to be Silosaurus. She was on the Olympic team, didn't play much. Obviously, she was a high school.
Oh, okay.
But like, she is genuinely the closest thing. She might end up being the closest thing to a Caitlin Clark when it comes to college. And I know it's a kind of crazy expectation to put on Silosaurus because, let's be real, one of the most viewed videos on her is like a feature about her calling her the next Caitlin Clark. And look, there may never be a next Caitlin Clark. There's probably only one Caitlin Clark. But I'm telling you, when we talk about the draft class, the 2024 draft class being so big, this draft class or that 2020 draft class be equally big because all it's going to take is Juju goes and stays in college for an extra year. All it's going to take is like one of Swords, Michaela Blake's, and Michaela Blake's is a fucking phenom as well. Like if you're watching, Joyce Edwards is good, but like South Carolina are never going to really get the general public watching. But these players and this Michigan team with her and Olivia Olson there, like they're going to be, they could be a must-watch team in women's college ball. Like I'm trying to think of teams that I really liked watching last year. I really liked watching that Notre Dame team because it was stacked. And this year it doesn't feel like anyone's stacked. It feels like UConn have taken a step back, but they're still better.
Yeah, because I did a video on my other channel, like because I cover a lot of what is it, basketball content in my other channel for KE Sports Talk. Yeah, even what is it, Vanessa de Jesus, who plays for Gilas, the Philippines national team. She's at Notre Dame, and I was like wondering, why did she leave Duke, and now she's out at Notre Dame, and they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. And I think that was a smart move on Vanessa to head over there. So, yeah, and with Swords at Michigan, yeah, it's those most of those teams in the Midwest there might be really exciting basketball to watch for women's. Probably the only women's I'll watch because that's the NCAA and of course Caitlin Clark. So yeah,
Like it feels like they're worse than last year, but they're still better, if you get me. So, or they're still better in comparison. I just don't feel like there's a Juju Kiki Riafen, Kaylee Heckle, Avery Howell, Rhea Marshall team just sitting there. Like I think Iowa losing Lucy Olson's huge, but yeah, Iowa might make the Elite Eight this year. They might fuck about make the Elite Eight. So yeah, it's it is an interesting one here, but no, I'm very, very impressed with how Syla Swords have been doing. And I've been impressed. If you guys have been looking at this channel, I've been impressed with Syla Swords like since her first game. I've been really impressed with her since her first game because I was kind of keeping an eye out for her because I watched the Olympics and just saw they were like, everyone's talking about this high school player being on the Canadian team. And I was like, shit, like it doesn't, I wouldn't, I'm surprised about that. And she's been as good as advertised. And not only that, again, it's not like Michigan are just Syla Swords either. You've got Olivia Olson, who you can make the argument is better. Not as fun to watch and not as capable of doing shit like this. But like you could definitely argue. You can definitely argue is a better player. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is the video. I will see you guys.
So now, of course, yeah, this could she be the next Caitlin Clark? I'm not 100% sold on it, but the potential. And again, as I've said, if a lot of the fans are watching Michigan basketball, just like when Caitlin Clark was at Iowa, and we're like tuning in, like, oh wow, what's going on here? Look at this, white girl in the Midwest shooting up those long threes. And if it becomes like a phenomenon that we're watching Michigan because of this girl, okay, I might make that argument. Yeah, she could maybe be the Caitlin Clark, but still, again, she's a good player, but I'm not 100% sold on it just yet. But we'll see. We'll see how this sophomore season will go. All right, so if any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKL special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment, and wherever you are. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video.